Hey, I'm Nick By and welcome to Pocket News for Wednesday, the 14th of September. Today on the show, Steam's mostly positive update and Pupper's got skills. Alright, here's what's been making headlines, and first up, Valve has changed the way that Steam user reviews work again. Back in May this year, the company rolled out a review system which highlighted recent reviews. This was done in order to give a more reasonable reflection of early access games and heavily updated titles, ignoring all of the negatives it left behind, or in DayZ's case, to show that 3 years on, the game still hasn't changed for the better. By filtering old reviews, buyers today can get a better sense of what the game is like now rather than, say, 2 years ago. It was actually a really smart idea by Valve, and they're doubling down on that review filtering. The latest update introduces the ability to ignore reviews submitted by accounts which had not purchased the game, who perhaps were gifted a key or given one as a crowdfunding incentive. They've apparently done this to combat the small amount of developers who were manipulating their review scores. According to Steam's blog post, quote, "The review score has become a point of fixation for many developers, to the point where some developers are willing to employ deceptive tactics to generate a more positive review score. The majority of review score manipulation we're seeing by developers is through the process of giving out Steam keys to their game, which are then used to generate positive reviews. Some developers organize their own system using Steam keys on alternate accounts. Some organizations even offer paid services to write positive reviews." To this effect, the first review score you see on a Steam store page will no longer include scores given by keys which were not purchased through Steam. Valve estimates that 14% of review scores across the entire site will change as a result. Again, it's a clever move from Valve because it addresses the issue with very little collateral damage. Unless you make a shit game. But you know who doesn't make a shit game? It's Crows, and they've got a new one incoming. The team, helmed by Stanley Parable co-creator William Pugh, is working on a new Vive game called Accounting, but they aren't doing this alone. They've partnered up with Justin Roiland's VR development studio Squanch Tendo to create something that looks truly horrid in all the right ways. The game will launch for free later this year. Another glorious gift from the brilliant minds at Crows. If you haven't played their other free games, Dr. Langskov and the Temple of No, there are links in the description below. Go get a taste. Moving on though, League of Legends is bloody huge. Developer Riot Games revealed to Polygon that their MOBA has surpassed 100 million monthly players. Suck on that, William Pugh. That's up from 67 million monthly players in 2014. I just don't understand how this game could still be growing at such an astronomical rate. It's like League of Legends people have a baby and then force the baby to start laning. Riot co-founder Brandon Beck seems to be just as confused as I am. He went on to say that these figures are, quote, "hard to pass, but at the end of the day, those things don't even feel real. They're just numbers on a screen all over the world." For context, they have as many people playing League of Legends each month as the total number of copies of Minecraft sold ever on all platforms. It's insane, especially when you consider how much of a better game Dota 2 is. Sorry, I just had to get that dig in there. League might have the bigger player base, but Dota 2 is certainly the better game. But you know what isn't the better game? It's Destiny, but now it has private competitive matches, so that might help. Pete's nodding, but no. Rolling out overnight, the patch allows people to create private lobbies in which they can set up competitive skirmishes with and against their friends. It's the kind of training tool which allowed Halo to become one of the most successful competitive shooters of the last decade as pros honed their skills, and it's absurd that it's come 2 years after Destiny launched. But it's here now, so go murder your friends. But if you're more into murdering foreign NPCs with hidden blades, then you'll be able to in the now officially announced Assassin's Creed Ezio Collection. After weeks of rumors, Ubisoft has confirmed that the collection is real, and it is arriving soon. The compilation will include the single-player campaigns and expansions of Assassin's Creed 2, Brotherhood, and Revelations, all with graphical enhancements. It also comes with an animated short and a 3-part feature which should flesh out Ezio's backstory. The collection is dropping for PS4 and Xbox One on the 17th of November. And finally, Blizzard designer Chris Metzen is retiring. As the Senior Vice President of Story and Franchise Development, Metzen was in charge of Warcraft, StarCraft, Diablo, and Overwatch lore, a fitting role for the man who'd been crafting the Warcraft series narrative since Warcraft 2. In a blog post about his plans to leave Blizzard, Metzen explained that, quote, "The reason I use the word retire is because I'm not going to some other company or starting up new projects or anything remotely like that. It's been a long, amazing stretch of years. Now it's time to slow it down, rest, lay around on the couch, and get fat. Well, fatter. You will be missed, Metzen. All right, now it's time for Thing of the Day. I'd love to retire. That'd be good.
Well, get out then.
Yes! 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 Come in! Come in! Come in! Thing of the day!
Если я чешу в затылке, не беда. В голове моей опилки, да.
Can your dog Hadouken? Jespel's dog can.
Holy shit!
Thing of the day!
Если я чешу в затылке, не беда. В голове моей опилки, да.
Alright everybody, that's it for the news today. If you didn't see it last night, you can check out Good Games episode on iView on YouTube. Nick has written that the episode was a good one. This afternoon, Nick and Hex have a talk through on books to games. Make sure you jump online and check that out this afternoon. And if you want to check it out with other people, join the Pocketeers Facebook group and Steam group. There are links to everything I said in the description below. Today's Thing of the Day was made by Murph. It was another interesting one, Murph. Well done, well done. That's it for today's episode. I'm probably going to retire, so this is J-Lag out.
Oh no! It's alive! You tried to rip out one of its nads! Never rip a robot's nads.
This afternoon, Nick and Hex have a talk through on books to games. It's pretty boring. Actually, no, it's not really. I was bored sitting over there.